There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to Unity Activations, the antidote to the fear virus. We are really so excited and happy that you're here with us. And our intention today is really to deeply empower you and uplift you so that you can do what is yours to do in this time of challenges. And Dana, if you can turn the beeps off, that's great. That bell's off. If not, we'll just go on without it. So the way we're going to start is I'm going to give you a little brief overview of what we're going to be doing so you know what to expect. And I'm going to introduce our speakers here. And I'm going to, if you're coming in, I have you you're on mute and your video off for right now, just because we're going to have just the 4 speakers at first. So if you would actually put yourself, hello, Eileen. Thanks for coming in from England. If you would actually put your, right now, if you just put yourself and your video off right now, and we're going to have you a chance for you to come on that later. Thank you. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to spend a little time just welcoming you and introducing our speakers, and then we're going to have a discussion about the higher perspective on what is going on. And people can hop in as our speakers are going to contribute what they want to. You can contribute your thoughts in the chat room anytime too. And then we're going to go through a process where each one of our beautiful guides is going to guide you through an activation. And it's going to build from just beginning with clearing away fear and stress, all the way up to having a very elevated perspective and then bringing us back into this space here. So I won't tell you more about that. It can be a surprise. We're going to be going through a guided process with each of us contributing a different piece. And I just want to say at the beginning too, that I would just have to acknowledge that the fears that people are feeling, we're not trying to deny that there's fear or that there's reasons for fear. What we're doing really is we're here to transform that fear so that we can allow it, but we can transform it into true unity and empowered action, because that's what these times call for. And every one of us who is here on this call, we were born for these times. We are here to do our part to assist the shift that is desperately needed. And coronavirus and all that is helping by actually clearing things that we weren't interrupting the patterns we were engaged in quickly enough, and the coronavirus is assisting us to interrupt those patterns, is my take on this. We'll talk more about that later. And I just want to also express gratitude for you, for all you have done to develop yourself, to be the healer, the empowerer, the awakener that you are in these times, because we're all really needed. And we're all needed to assist this shift. And we're so glad that you're here. And I'm so grateful this is the time. It's actually pretty darn exciting. We've been waiting for this time, know it or not. So here we are. And I also want to say that there's some good news. The higher perspective is actually good news. This really is a time that we've been greatly looking forward to make the shift that we need out of all these lifetimes. So here we are. And I want to introduce our wonderful speakers too, besides me. So I haven't said this before, I'm Dr. Pamela Moss, your soul guide, and I'm really honored that you're here. And I want to introduce, I'm just going to say a little bit about each person, a very little bit about them, and they can say more if they want. I'm going to start with Joy White Peacock Woman, who is a new and dearly beloved friend who is not new at all. We've known each other for lifetimes, but she's Joy, do you want to just say a very quick thing about yourself? I'm going to unmute you, or you can unmute yourself, and just say just a tiny bit about you, if you would. Can you unmute yourself? There you go.
Thank you, Pamela. Yes, it's definitely been eons. I reckon only the faces change. My North American friends dubbed me the wish granter because people bring me their wishes for their health and their happiness, and I help them clear their blocks and fears and give them the skills to maintain it. I'm best known for teaching how to clear stress in 3 minutes or less. So, oh, now I can't hear you. I've died 6 times. Each time I've been returned with different skills and perspectives and uncommon abilities. I've been given up on by the Western medical profession 5 different times on 5 occasions. So I know how to deal with fear and stress, and how to teach you to do it too.
Fantastic. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Joy is going to be guiding us through that today. So we're going to start from that place of fear and overwhelm, which many of us are in, so we can actually do some clearing. And thank you, Joy, for leading that. And then Kala is going to be speaking to us next. So I want to introduce you to her next. She's just going to give a quick little intro of herself. And then she'll be also coming along, and so you can unmute yourself, Kala, to share just a tiny bit about you.
Aloha, aloha from Oahu, everybody. Good to be here today. Thank you, Pamela, for this wonderful opportunity that we have to get together. So I was trained in the Hawaiian shaman tradition, and I got here in a sort of a roundabout way. I was an international flight attendant with Air Canada in my 20s, and I happened to hurt my back on a flight, and then I came down with an incurable disease. And interestingly enough, I cured myself of that disease. It took me, I had it for about 4 years, but then I had an epiphany. And when I realized why that was happening for me, I had a really strong intention. I was motivated to cure myself, and I did. I had a prayer out there, you know, how do we do that? How do we create all these things in our lives? Then how do we bring our intentions into reality? And at that point, I came across my mentor in this Hawaiian tradition. And I have been taught by different kahuna masters in the shamanic Hawaiian tradition. And I too am no stranger to death and illness. My brother had the same illness I did. My younger brother, he died at 49. My mother just passed for the 18 years of Alzheimer's. My father had passed a while ago after 2 weeks of finding out he had cancer. I flew home from Kauai and he was gone. So I've had a lot of experience, and I have a lot of gratitude and a lot of knowledge to share, a lot of tools and techniques, and I have a lot of love in my heart for everyone here today. So
Thank you.
aloha.
Thank you, Kala. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to the pieces you're going to be sharing. And I'm going to be talking next in our process today, but and pretty much most of you coming on the call know me already, maybe not all of you, but you will. So I'm not going to say much about me other than I already have, but I do want you to meet my dear friend, Laughing Helen, who is also known as Grandmother Spider. And Helen, if you would just say a little bit about you and whatever you'd like to say to Presence. Oops, you're muted still. Why is that? Let's see. No, there you, I think, there you go. Perfect.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here today. I'm my walk and my gifts came in very early, and but it took me until my early 20s after a near-death experience, one of several, to make an agreement and a commitment with the spirits to become who I am. And so since then, have actively been with elders from North and South America to pick up traditional ways and trainings in which to provide medicine for the people. The last given name was received after I began working my piece with the Eagle Condor prophecy, and that there's many are activated within right now. And today is a momentous day because the balancing of the heart and the mind is a very big piece that humanity is getting an opportunity to participate in, and how to heal themselves and all that is within those teachings. So I feel very honored to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Pamela, and thank you to everybody who's come to pray with us today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Aho, yes, thank you. So we're going to begin our conversation by just talking a little bit about the higher perspective, because mostly what most of us are getting is just so much information that's causing a lot of fear. And we're not saying like, oh, don't pay attention to the sensible precautions to take care of yourself and keep healthy and keep other people healthy. Of course, do those things. But focusing exclusively on the fear or intensely on the fear is really making it very difficult for us to move forward. So in the higher perspective, I'm going to share my view, and I welcome the views of other speakers. And also, if you're listening, you're welcome to put your perspective on the higher perspective into the chat also to share that. So the higher perspective that I am getting is this is actually a joyful time, because even though there is this virus coming into that we're scared of, in lots of ways, the virus is our ally, because it is allowing us to interrupt patterns of behavior that we as human beings have been doing for a long time. We've been operating for so long from this perspective that the perpetual growth is what we need. And that drive for perpetual growth is actually destroying the planet and causing the 6th mass extinction. So it's really totally dysfunctional. And we've measured our economic success in gross domestic products, but products have never made anybody or never given anybody lasting happiness or true purpose or a meaningful life. So, and that's really the things that matter. So we're getting a course correction. Now that everybody's staying home and not doing the things that they were usually doing, we're not going out, so we're going within. And that's what these times require, is for us to go within and to find the deeper truth and the deeper meaning and the inspired actions that we are uniquely designed to do to assist this shift in collective consciousness in our own lives and help people around us, to help the strangers, to help whoever we're here to help. So I'm really grateful to be here at this time to help to make that shift. And for my, I didn't say anything about me. The one thing I do want to say is just because it's amusing to me in hindsight, my background is as an atheist academic, and I certainly never expected to be here in this kind of a situation. But this is what, as I have been listening. Whoops! Stop that. Yes, sorry, somebody's trying to call me. I'm sorry, I can't talk to you on the phone right now. As I've come into this, I've been being guided to see how I can grow and develop in anything I ever imagined. And if you're on this call, I bet many of you are in the same place. You've been being guided for a while and developed to assist in uplifting other people and uplifting yourself. So it's a beautiful thing. As far as the higher perspective goes also, so at this time that we're not going out and we're not doing the things that we have been doing, we're starting to see what life is like on the planet when we stop all our insane amounts of busyness and materialism. There are not airplane noises and airplane trails going through the skies. A lot of the rapid development of the last few undeveloped places on the planet have stopped. And that's really good, because places like that are where the viruses and things have come from, because that's the places where we haven't already domesticated everything in our environment. There's new things. But that's also the sacred places on the earth. We need to actually allow some of these things to be returned to their natural state to actually have balance on the planet. And you all know this. It's just really quite interesting how this time is forcing us, requiring us to do the things we need to do to shift, to look within, to really see how we're impacting the environment, to make changes, to bring ourselves into unity, into connection, because we're actually connecting in new ways in this time too. And my mother was telling me how her suburban neighborhood, where nobody really knows each other, they've started this mutual aid listserv where they all post every day, like things they can help each other with. Like, I'll go get groceries for you if you can't, if you're not able to. I'll get your medicines. You can talk to me if you're feeling scared. Like, it's really quite amazing. These people who for all the time they've lived there, except when I was a child, nobody's talked to each other. Suddenly everybody's connecting. And there's so many ways, actually, that in this time we're isolated, we're interestingly and simultaneously connecting in new ways and powerful ways. And oh yeah, and Dana's saying she has something like that where she is. They call it next door. They even have a group. And there are so many ways to do this. Dana, I'm getting a message. This woman is trying hard to get online here, and she's missing, and she's but I can't help her right now. I don't know if you can help her too. Her name is Carol Golombeski, and she wants to get on. She hasn't gotten the number. I guess she hasn't signed up for it. She'll get the recording later. Okay, so I want to just give a space to anybody else who would like to say something about the higher perspective on what's going on, what seems to be a time of great trouble and insecurity, and is but there's also some things that are going on that are positive. So go ahead, Joy. Why don't you go ahead first? Then unmute yourself, and I'll mute myself.
I couldn't agree more, mate. Our Earth needed a pattern interrupt, and the way we were going was never ever going to happen. So I do think it is a great gift, especially where I am right now in the United States. It's a very brutal culture, and people are on a hamster wheel that they don't know how to exit in a lot of ways. They think a holiday is a week, and most of them don't even take that. So the whole focus of the culture seems to be predominantly we must achieve, and but they don't give themselves a chance to integrate a lot of the time. And without integration, you're continuing to rev the engine so high, never to give it a rest. It burns out people. We've not only been burning out our planet, but ourselves for decades now. So I think you're dead on, mate. It really is the only thing that would have sat people back and gone, okay, well, I guess there's nothing else to do except maybe examine things I hadn't wanted to examine before. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else have something you'd like to say about the higher perspective, which is not what we're hearing in the news so much, but which is there? Go ahead, Helen.
Right. So a few years back when we had another kind of an outbreak, I did some research and really got into what is a virus anyway. And what I found out was that viruses are responsible for evolution on the planet. That if it wasn't for viruses, we would all still be single cell organisms. That as evolving from that within the water and within the earth and all of the times of evolution, viruses were our companion within that. And so that's something that's been helping me through this, is that this is a helper in a way that we all have so many organisms within just our body. If you look at, we have no clue, can't fathom how many organisms it actually takes for this planetary thing to exist. And so that one is helping me in such a good way, and helping humanity in such a good way is a really big piece. And so it's just a reminder that all my relations means the virus is my relation too. And if it's come into my world personally or with people that I love, then there's a gift in it if we want to look for it. The other piece is that we have a lot of help right now throughout different dimensions, and all my relations doesn't just mean on Mother Earth. There's a lot of other existences through the webs of life that are offering their support right now. And each one of us as an individual is the centerpiece of our own web, but is connected to all of those things. And so the gift in this stillness with what Pam and with what everybody has been saying is absolute to me. And this place where we can receive and also send how we heal and become aware, and the information we get back out, you know, the giving and receiving, the universal law, that is always happening. So that was the two little pieces that I'd like to share. Thank you.
Thank you. And you did share them. Anybody else who'd like to say something about the higher perspective? Kala, you can take yourself off mute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I so love the way Helen brought in the aspect of we are all interconnected. Everything is interconnected. It's always been part of the shaman tradition that we're all interconnected. And in our modern culture, we become so separate in so many ways, thinking that what we do to others or what we do to the environment doesn't do something to us, doesn't hurt us in some way when we hurt others. And that's just not true. And what's happening right now with this collective challenge, you know, we have personal challenges, but we have a collective challenge, one that's affecting worldwide people everywhere at the same time. And as a result of that, we're being called to go deeper, as you said, Pamela, and there is a necessity, a real necessity to intensify our presence, to intensify being present in the moment. We are so, as you know, with our great culture of our telephones and everything else, we're so lost in other things, not being in the moment and in the present. We're not aware of our own energy at all at so much of the time. And so right now, this is really making us aware of our energy as we're thinking about our health. Oh my God, my health, how am I feeling? What's my energy like? All these things that are coming up. So this is an incredible moment for us in all the ways that we are going to be seeing things differently, working on our thoughts differently. And so Oh, I think Philly is coming and going. So this is an incredible time right now, and our evolution is never linear, as it's been said. It's cyclical. It's like nature. It's cyclical. It may seem like we're regressing a little bit, and then we leap forward. And right now, we're going through some of this, you know, of that evolution. So yay, we're all in this together, and we can uplift each other, bring each other up, and watch our energy and watch our thoughts, because that's what we're being called to do.
Fantastic, Halal. Thank you so much. It's a perfect segue into actually beginning what we're going to be doing the work. So there's a lot more we could say about this, but I really want to make sure we actually experience some powerful shifts on this call too. So we're going to begin with Joy, who is going to lead us through a process to release some stress. We'll let her talk about that more.
Try to make it louder with the...
Okay, whoops. Joy, so you're muted. I'm going to take myself and mute myself, and Joy.
Thank you. Let's encourage Philly to be in the stable for okay. Oh my darlings, what a magnificent opportunity to collectively rise. And it's really hard to do that when we're all, because it's a pandemic and we've all got to stay inside. So the first thing I want to teach you to do is how to relax instantly. Because all you need to do to relax is sigh.
I can figure out how to get it.
Philly, you need to not pop on, darling.
Yeah, so just putting a word in, so if you're coming in, you're supposed to be muted, and we're muting you because we don't want to have any distractions during the presentation part of it. You'll have a chance to share later. So I'm making sure you're muted. Please do not unmute yourself. Thank you very much. We love you.
Yay, thank you. So to relax, all we have to do is sigh. And when we think about how we breathe when we're stressed, it's like, and we hold our breath completely, neither one of which is very good for the body. But what about when somebody tells you it really is going to be okay, everything's going to be fine? What do we do? Hi, I'm going to ask you to mute yourself, darling. Miss Pamela, you're not muted. So, and what we're going to be doing, I teach how to clear stress in 3 minutes or less. So in 3 minutes, you're going to notice a difference on one condition. You have to do the tools. They're fabulous tools, but they only work if you use them, just like anything else. So inhaling light and sighing it into your body just for 3 minutes. And we're going to be doing other processes while you do this. Imagine a beautiful cloud of healing light right in front of your face. Breathe it in and sigh it into your body. And just take a moment actually while you're doing this to measure your stress levels and your fear around the pandemic on a scale of 1 to 100. Where are you now? And with 100 being and 0 being. And just get an assessment, because part of what we're having the opportunity to do in these most interesting times is come to a place within ourselves and get to know ourselves better. So inhaling light and sighing it into your body is where we begin. And it's interesting to notice the difference between a non-verbal sigh and an open mouth sigh and a heaving a sigh. Your body relaxes more with every sigh, because it's a trigger for the body to relax. After a few years, your body comes to know a sigh as a trigger to relax. And so that's how we can signal the body to relax, just by sighing. And while we're doing that, I'm also going to show you how to keep a clear head no matter what's going on. If you know how to do this, you have an edge over just about everybody on the planet. Now, think about what we do when we really stress. Somebody tells us you're going to have to be inside for the next month with your children and no job. Oh my God. These are your oh my God points. They're between your hairline and your eyebrow, and in most cases they're a little raised point. And I want you to put your hand on your forehead and keep it there. So do whatever needs to happen in order for you to be comfortable to hold your hand there. Because what you're doing right now is you are reprogramming your neurological pathways to have a composed response to stress and fear instead of an automatic stress reaction. the reason that everybody goes into panic and we're all losing our minds is because we're literally losing our minds. Our primitive brain centers react to in exactly the same way to every single stress, regardless of what it is. 80% of the blood leaves the forebrain and starts pumping through your adrenal system, activating fight, flight. Now, this was wonderful when there was a saber-toothed tiger chasing you through the jungle, but whenever you turn on the radio or look at Facebook, your body responds exactly as if it's that saber-toothed tiger. And so after a while, because we're never getting a chance to process, I mean, one way or another, in primitive times, the stress would be short-lived. But here it's just on and on and on. And so our immune system starts to wear out and we become more susceptible to the things that we're afraid of and stressed about. But I tell you what, just holding these points for 5 minutes while you're thinking about that stress, especially while you're breathing, are you remembering to breathe? Will help you to clear the stress around it, because chances are it's the first time you thought about the problem with actual blood in your forebrain. So, now the experts at Brain Gym, by the way, call these your positive points, because just holding them will help you feel more positive and think more clearly and visualize more clearly. So right now I'm going to invite you to get really, really comfortable. And I'm going to lead you through a little visualization to remove fear from your body. Would you like that? So get comfy in a place where you can hold your forehead and continue the breathing. And I'm going to be offering some healing, so you might feel some warmth and some tingling as I work, and all of that's quite lovely. And all you have to do is keep inhaling light and sighing it into your body with your hand on your forehead. And I wonder if the fear had a place where it lived in your body, where would it be? And if that fear had a color or a shape, what form would it take? Give it a color. Give it a shape. And what size is it? What kind of texture? Does it have a smell or a taste? Just take a minute to really have a look at it, because we don't let ourselves look at things like this. And when you have this shape, that represents your fear, I want you to imagine taking it out of your body and putting it over there in front of you. And I'm going to give you a magic laser as a special prezi. And you're going to point the magic laser at the colored shape that represents your fear, and pull the trigger, and out will come the most gorgeous white light, whoosh, and it will explode that colored shape that is your fear. And when you've done that, take a deep breath. And you're going to keep going into your body to see again, what color is it now? What shape is it now? You might notice it gets lighter and smaller or changes color. But while you do that, I'm just going to do some healing to make it even easier for you to remove this from your body. Take it out, destroy it with the laser, go in. Is there any left? Keep doing that. Just have a little check-in where the fear was in your body. See if you can see any more remaining. And Even if there is, you know what, it's okay, you can go back for it later, but right now, your magic laser, I haven't told you this, it's the latest version. So it's got a little dial on the side and you can turn it to cleanse and heal. And if you like, turn it on yourself and allow soft, soft, soft light to go into your body and clear and cleanse and heal that part of you that was holding the fear before. And when it's so clean and sparkling in there, take another deep, deep breath. Now we're going to get to the fun part. Are you ready for the fun part? You get to choose whatever emotion you want living in your body instead of that horrible stress and fear. If you could choose anything, what would you choose? Love, health, abundance, strength, whatever you wish. And if this beautiful feeling had a color, what color would it be? What shape would it take? What form? Keep breathing. And imagine this beautiful feeling and the shape and the color and place it into your body where the fear used to be and make it grow. The magic laser has another little slot on the dial that says magnify. So allow this beautiful feeling to begin to fill that whole place where the fear used to be. What just happened? Did I just drop out? Oh dear. Oh dear. Can everybody still hear me? Oh, jolly good. Well, mine just says the Zoom finished. Glad that's not true, because I really want you to experience what it's like for you to place this beautiful feeling inside your body and make it grow. Make it grow until this whole area that was once filled by fear is now filled with that beautiful feeling. So imagine it growing until it pours out into every pore, every cell, filling every part of your entire body. When you have it filling you completely and you cannot contain it anymore, make it 10 times bigger, this beautiful feeling, until it fills you and surrounds you, 6 feet around you in every direction, the perfect social distancing feet. And when you have this wonderful feeling filling you and surrounding you completely, then seal it in a magic golden sphere with you in the very center, utterly safe, completely protected, filled by and surrounded in this glorious feeling. And it is you. You are it. And because it is a magic sphere, and because like attracts like, all that is like the feeling of unconditional love or whatever you felt yourself with will be magnetized to you, while anything else just bounces straight back off. Feel how it feels to do this for yourself and know that you can do it anytime, because the laser is my gift to you. It is self-cleaning. I recommend you use it every night before sleep to clear the stress and the fear of the day. And whenever your face looks like this, that's when you do it. So thank you, my darlings. I would invite you now to measure your fear again from where it was when we started to where it is now. And important to use that measure, 1 to 100. 1 to 10 isn't enough, especially for energy sensitive people. So 1 to 100 begins to let you become acquainted with what's going on in your body, because it's time for that too. I don't know if I talked for 15 minutes, Pamela.
I think you were exactly on time. I think that's perfect. And thank you very much. So we're going to hand things over to Kala now, who's going to take us to the next level of unity. So we just cleared so much here. So beautiful. Thank you, Joy. And Kala is going to take us, and RK is saying, wow, it went from 70 to 20. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have actually got that on my website, experiencejoy.com, so people can go and just put your email in. I'll send you a 15-minute video that leads you through the whole thing. And I've also just put a fear page on my website. So
Yeah, and 50 to 5 per day now. Yes, great. Thank you so much for that. And then we're going to turn things over to lovely Kala, who's going to take us to the next piece of the journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joy. How wonderful to start with that. I just want to encourage everyone, look around your room, because that was quite powerful. We were in that inner world. Look around the room, notice the shapes in your room. Notice the forms in your room, and notice the space between the forms. Just getting more present here. Notice the colors. What color are you being drawn to right now in your room? And take a deep breath. Coming back here, as you are in your chair, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to go on a different tack right now. We're going to go in the tradition that I was taught in, the Hawaiian tradition. And this is going to be an activation for your sovereign self, all right? Now, the tradition I was taught in is called Huna. And Huna is an ancient practice and psychology. And in this tradition that I was taught in, there are 7 principles, and there is an emphasis on 3 aspects of the self. And I want to talk about, the sovereign self is really when your subconscious self, your conscious self, and your superconscious self are in harmony. Then things happen automatically. There's immediate healing, there's immediate manifestation, there is that you are in your sovereign self. And so what we want to be doing is moving into that place where you realize you're the creator of your life. You want to be there. You're the co-creator with the universal intelligence, and you want to be that sovereign self. And in our form of shamanism, we work with the forces of nature and the powers of the mind to create harmony. But I believe that actually right now we're all being called towards that skill of shamanism, that particular skill, because in this time of collective challenge, we really need to we're being drawn to go deeper and to create more harmony for ourselves and in the world and in ourselves. So we're going to start with a premise, okay? And this premise is, and everything is going to revolve around this, is that you are ecstatic by nature. Ecstasy is your nature. You are ecstatic by nature. You are consciousness. Now, everything is energy and consciousness. And everything is energy vibrating in patterns. So we want you to get back to this place within yourself where you're realizing who you really are. Because when we go, we're going to use the 7 principles, but actually today I can only cover 3. But I want us to remind ourselves to operate in the big me, not the pig me, as Eckhart Tolle says, the small me, the pig me, but the big me, the greater self. And so we're going to use three principles today and 3 qualities to go through this activation. So the first quality, and let's go with the first principle first, is that thought magnetizes, all right? Thought magnetizes. So thoughts have an electromagnetic reality, and they bring toward, they attract a physical representation of themselves. So what happens is when we're thinking about something, there is a field of energy around us. There's a current of energy that goes through us. Our thoughts are in that field. And when we think thoughts over and over again, they become energized, magnified in that electromagnetic field. So we want to take a look at what our thoughts are. And the first quality that follows this first principle is awareness. Okay, awareness. Let's just take a breath. Be aware of your breath. Now, let's say you're having a thought, I'm going to get ill. Okay, I'm going to get ill. So you're telling your subconscious self, your body, mind, every cell of your body that you are not safe. And this does not feel good. When you tell yourself that, measure what that feels like for yourself. Is that a high vibe or a low vibe? So you're creating resistance, not harmony, because you're putting yourself in that place of feeling not safe. Now, if you change and you say, if you witness yourself, say having that thought, I'm going to be ill, and you change it to, I'm having a thought that I'm going to be ill. What's happening right now is you're removing yourself from your identification with that thought. And you're placing space between that and yourself. It's no longer, that's the reality, I'm going to be ill. You're placing yourself back into your consciousness as the witness. This is very important, as the witness. So now you're creating that space. Now you're not identifying yourself with that thought. Another thing you can do to stop going down the rabbit hole like Alice in Wonderland of your thoughts, when you have a thought like I'm going to be ill, something like that, see a cancel sign. You know those cancel signs they've had in airports for smoking and stuff? Just see a cancel sign, a circle with a line through it. Or say cancel, cancel to yourself. Or if you're a techie, just imagine hitting the delete button. And don't go down that road of that thought or those thoughts. Go down the road of something that is more where you want to be going. So it might be the positive opposite, having to do with your health or your safety, being present. So that's one thing that you can do. So to be able to create change toward harmony, you've got to become present. That's really important. I was talking about that before. So why do you hear that saying so often? Be here now. Be here now. Well, have you ever tried to move a chair in the past? Can't do it, can you? You can't move a chair in the past because there only is this moment. There is only right now. You're living right here in this moment. And when your attention is on the present moment, that's where you have the greatest power. Your presence, the presence of who you are, radiates. And when you are in the present moment, you radiate even more. Your power is expanded. We're here to expand right now. So when your attention is here in the present moment, your power is the greatest. So how do we get ourselves into the present moment more? One of the ways is put attention on your inner body, all right? And the best way to put attention on your inner body is be aware of your breathing. Be aware of your breathing. So the Hawaiian shamans used to use a particular technique or process to energize themselves, to increase their energy. And in these times, we want our energy to be high. We want a strong flow of energy. So I'm going to introduce you to this technique that will bring you into the present, increase your energy, and center you more. And it's very, very simple, okay? So it's called Pico Pico. Pico is an energy center. The two energy centers we're going to be using are the top of the head and the navel, all right? So when you breathe in, put your attention on the crown of your head. When you breathe out, put your attention on your navel. Breathe in with your attention on the crown of your head. Breathe out with attention at your navel. Close your eyes as you do this. If you need to, you can put a hand on the top of your head as you breathe in, a hand on your navel as you breathe out. Do this at least 4 times. As you breathe in, you put your attention on the crown of your head. As you breathe out, you put your attention on your navel. Then just take a deep breath. and come back into the room. Now you'll notice that you feel more centered, at least I do. I hope you do too. If you don't, it's a good idea to go back and do some more pico pico. I call it the power breath. So you feel more energized, you feel more centered, you're more present. Now you can be here and make changes for harmony within yourself. All right, so practice this often. You can practice this when you're driving the car. You don't have to close your eyes. You can practice this when you're making dinner. You can practice this when you're out walking. So do pico pico, practice it often. So we're talking about thoughts, okay? Your thoughts have feelings that follow them, emotions that follow them. So the second principle is, the first principle was thought magnetizes. And the second principle is releasing liberates, releasing liberates. All right. So when you choose to release old thought patterns, you are releasing your limits. And right now we need to release our limits, and we really need to release some resistance that's going on. So so what's happening is there's so many people that are so stressed at the moment. And stress is a reaction to a stressor, something mental, emotional, physical, that we're resisting. So we're resisting something. It's a stressor. It causes us stress. Now, the primary cause of resistance is, you can write this down. It's an acronym. SDUF, stuff. Primary cause of resistance is stuff. Stress, doubt, unhappiness, and fear. Stress, doubt, unhappiness, and fear. All right? So if they're primary causes of resistance, what can we do to relieve that? So I'm just going to give you a little pattern interrupt, a very simple thing to do. And I call it the stuff buster. All right, it's the stuff buster. So you're going to take your hand and you're going to tap just below your clavicle on your breastbone. And you're just going to tap there. And the first part of the tapping, you're going to say, I deeply love and accept myself, even though I'm feeling. So choose what it is you're feeling ahead of time before you start tapping. But maybe it would be, I deeply love and accept myself, even though I'm feeling fear and anxiety. I deeply love and accept myself, even though I'm feeling whatever that is that you might be feeling. Frustration. Annoyance. Whatever it might be, I deeply love and accept myself, even though I'm feeling. Just tap that right now, because you are giving yourself permission to feel your feelings. And that is an emotional release. You're giving yourself permission to be who you are right now, feeling those feelings. And it allows you to release them and stop resisting the feelings. So you can stop tapping now. So that is an emotional release. All right, that's an emotional release. And there, of course, there are all kinds of tapping things that you know of that you can use to assist yourself to go even further with this. That is just a quick one. It's a quickie. That's Stuff Buster as a pattern interrupt when you find yourself in the middle of something. Now, your thoughts, if you want a mental release, this is one that I really like, because you could have thoughts like, it shouldn't be this way. I don't want to be here. You could have all kinds of thoughts going on right now, especially being stuck at home even more. So what you want to do is stop arguing with reality. Stop arguing with reality. The reality is that Pamela's cat just came and said hi to her, and that's the reality. So let us release our mental resistance, that energy blockage of stress, but through mental resistance. So if you are feeling like it shouldn't be this way, I don't want it to be this way, or regret or remorse that you did something. All right, here's a phrase, and I love this, by Eckhart Tolle. And in Huna, we say, use what works. And I like this, and I use it, so maybe you'll want to use it too. He says, Accept what is as if you had chosen it. Might want to write that down. Accept what is as if you had chosen it. Brings you right back into the moment where you can stop arguing with reality. And on a bigger scale, you have chosen it. Your soul evolution has brought you here to grow, to evolve in the middle of this. So stop resisting. And I know it's easier said than done, but you use all the tools and the techniques that you can. So you're going to give life permission to be the way that it is right now. So that the quality for this one, the quality for the last principle was awareness, to be aware of your thoughts. And the quality in this one is freedom, choosing freedom to release old thought patterns and emotions, for instance, like we just did with the stuff buster. So step three and the third principle is attention energizes. Attention energizes. So where you put your attention, your physical, your emotional, your spiritual attention, that's where your energy is going to go. All right? Please don't put your attention on what you don't want. That's where your energy is going to go. So if you're thinking, I'm going to be ill, you're putting energy towards that. And then you're helping to create that. And we know you don't want to do that. So put your attention on what you do want, not what you don't want. And the focus, the quality for this principle is focus. Focus your attention, focus your energy. Where do you want to focus it? So I'm going to give you a little tapping for focusing on where you do want to go. Where do you want to be? What do you want to be feeling? So we're going to do it with a little different tapping technique. And this technique, now imagine that you have a halo. And that halo is coming down right now onto your head. So it's coming down like around here, the top of your head. So there's a pathway around the top of your head. We're going to be tapping around that pathway, and we're going to be saying a statement. Okay? So before we start, the statement that I want to start with is giving yourself permission to be you, the way you're feeling right now. So the statement would be, I choose to deeply love and accept myself exactly the way I am right now. So the other hand, as you're tapping, because this is a way that we're getting our meridians involved, the meridians in our body. This hand is going to go at your navel, just slightly below. It's going to touch there. Relax the shoulder, relax the hand. Just touch there. It's another point that's necessary in this process. And now we're going to begin to tap in that circle around the top of the head. I deeply love and accept myself exactly as I am right now. And if you say it out loud to yourself, it's better for your subconscious self. The subconscious likes to use all the senses. I deeply love and accept myself exactly as I am right now. I deeply love and accept myself exactly as I am right now. You might say it one more time. I deeply love and accept myself exactly as I am right now. And let that go. Relax your hands. Relax your hands. Now, take a deep breath. Notice energy moving in your body. Notice there's energy moving. Awesome. Now the second thing, what do you want? What do you want to feel? What do you want to be? We're going to do a tapping on that, and you can make your own statements. You can do this with your eyes closed, but I'm going to say some statements. So for instance, as we tap, one of them might be, I choose to feel calm and safe and healthy. I choose to feel calm and safe and healthy. Or I am calm and safe and healthy. But it's good to start with, a choosing if you like. So here we go. Put your hand at your navel. Just a few fingertips, very lightly, just below the navel. We begin to tap. Close your eyes. I choose to feel calm and safe and healthy. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. I choose to feel calm and safe and healthy. I choose to feel calm and safe and healthy. Relax while you're doing this. I'm going to add something more. I am aware of my true self. I am aware of my true self right now. I choose to step into my true self right now. I am connected to the energy and power of my high self, my true self, right now. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Open your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Notice how you feel when you start being that creator. And you start giving yourself the guidance. Your subconscious self wants your guidance. It's longing for your guidance. The mental, analytical part of you gives that direction, that guidance. So guide your subconscious self, all the cells of your body. Give it that focus. This is about focus. So now, for just this moment, now that we have done that, I want us to do a connection with our high self as a relaxation and connecting. So close your eyes. I'm going to talk you through connecting with your high self in a way that is going to bring more power and energy into your body. So close your eyes, relax completely. Relax your shoulders, your jaw, your eyelids. And now imagine your high self in its infinite love is showering you with that love and energy, showering down on you now. And imagine that it's coming down in gentle, it's a gentle, warm waterfall above you. And there are particles of water coming down now, coming into the crown of your head. And these beautiful particles of water are filled with gold and white light. Gold and white light is going into all the trillions of cells of your body. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, relax your body. Let the energy, the loving energy of your high self come down and bring a download into every cell of your body in those particles of water. Safety, safety, safety. It's downloading safety, safety, safety. Health, health, health. Beautiful healing energy coming to the body, going right down to the bottom of your feet. And as the waterfall and particles of water are coming into your body, it's going through your whole body. There are smiley faces on the cells of your body. And it's going right down into Mother Earth. And it's like a milkshake for Mother Earth. She just loves it. There's so much joy for you in your body now, for your cells, for Mother Earth. And on one side of you is a river that flows away. And if there's anything left on any cells of your body, any gunk of old fear, worry, concern, just imagine that being pulled off like mud right now. It's flowing off to the side in that river. And this warm, gentle waterfall of water is purifying, lighting you up. You see yourself as that beacon of light, that lighthouse of energy that you are right now. See all of your body glowing, all the little smiley faces on the cells of your body. And take a big, big breath. Exhale with a ha. Another big breath. Exhale with a ha. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Look around your room. See all the lines in your room, all the forms in your room, the spaces between the forms. Be here right now. Be here now. Notice your energy. Notice your energy right now. And I hope it's feeling good. I hope your energy is feeling good right now. Yes, yes. So that's the thing. That is what to do. These are the practices. Do them often. Watch your mind. Do these practices and focus on the small actions that you can take, the inspired actions, like Pamela says. Feel yourself as the creator of your life. Manage your energy, manage your thoughts, manage your inner state. Be your sovereign self. Be your sovereign self. Mwah! Send you so much love and aloha. Aloha.
Thank you, Kala. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's a perfect segue to what we're going to be doing next. I just want you to notice, do you need to stretch? Do you need to move at all? Let's take a little stand up and just stretch our bodies, stretch up to the heavens, move, stretch, whatever your body needs right now. To pay attention. What is your body telling you it wants? Does it need water? Does it need to move different parts of you? What does it need to be comfortable, to be energized, to be in a good place? You've been paying a lot of close attention. Now we're going to move on, but we first want to just move some energy, just do what the body needs. So good to be in a body. Drink water if you haven't already. You might be thirsty. So for the remainder of the call, what we're going to be doing is we're going to take this beautiful opening we've created into our higher self, this golden liquid light of who we are, and we're going to connect. Next, we're going to connect to the larger thing that we're part of. And specifically, we are each lights in the web of light. We are nodes of light. Each one of us is a beacon of light in our community. And each one of us has sacred work to do to support that community. But we need to be supported too. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect ourselves to this web of light. So you can see, feel, imagine that around the earth there's this beautiful web of light. And I sometimes see those. Have you ever seen the symbol for the flower of life, which is this beautiful pattern? It's kind of like this beautiful interconnected pattern. And when I first saw the web of light, I had a vision where I was floating above the earth, and I was floating with my arms out and my legs out, my fingertips. And I thought I was floating by myself, but then I realized, oh no, I'm connected. All my fingertips are connected to other fingertips. My toes are connected to other toes. There are others all around me in this big grid of kind of like X's, flowers, each one of us. So we are all connected in this big circle of web of light around the earth. And I invite you and encourage you to just imagine, see, sense this, feel your own outstretched fingertips. Feel there are other fingertips connecting to your fingertips. Feel that on this call, in this life, in this reality, we are energetically profoundly connected. We are not alone. And you don't have to keep your arms up, but you can feel, sense that connection and feel our hearts connected, feel ourselves connected in this web of light. And we've been receiving so much. I want to actually let us give some energy out because we have energy and to spare. So we're going to send love and light to the web of light we're all part of. So as we send that energy, that love and that light outward, we also receive it because we're all connected in the web of light. With so many beautiful healers on this call, so many people who are energy masters, and some people who don't even have any inkling of themselves being that, it's all good. We're just sending love and light to the web of light. And the web of light supports all of the shifts in consciousness happening now. The web of light is part of Gaia's field, Mother Earth, and all the beings that inhabit the web of life. The web of life and the web of light are profoundly interconnected. We really are connected to all. So just see, feel, sense, imagine your connection, this web of light encircling the earth. It's almost like we have our arms out, holding the earth, holding our part, really supporting all the healing and awakening that needs to happen in our realm. So grateful to be developed and to be here in this lifetime now to do this, and to receive and to give all of our gifts, which are returned to us so abundantly. So just feel, imagine, sense how you are supported by this web of light as you're sending love and light all around you, above you, below you, to your left, to your right. behind you and in front of you. There's so much love and light within you. You can send it out where it needs to go, trusting it's going to go exactly where it needs to go, and receiving all the love and light that you need. You can always tap into this place of great connectedness. All of our high selves, our souls are connected in this way, in this web of light, as we've come here to be of assistance, to serve at a high level in this time of need, each in our own perfect way. No two alike, all needed, each of us holding a sacred piece of the whole. And just taking that in, breathing that in, sending that love and light, feeling it being received, and receiving ourselves whatever we need. The web of light supports you. You are not alone in your work. You are not alone in your life. And you're not even alone in this community of souls gathered here today. This is always available to you, whether it's seen or unseen, and we can connect. We can ask to be connected. We can ask to remember that we are connected. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to take, and just holding this beautiful web of light in our consciousness, I'm going to turn things over to dear Helen, Laughing Helen, Grandmother Spider, to take us to the next final piece before we come back and talk about inspired actions, how we take our inspiration, our light, and our love and turn it into actions that really make a difference.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're gonna go into some drumming and some prayer songs. I encourage you to find a place that you're comfortable, whether it's sitting up or laying down, and really have enjoyed all of the things on the call and even before that have led us to now, because it feels like a really good space to pray together. I want to thank everybody for coming and doing this together. It's important and it's beautiful, and then my heart is very full and things are very strong right now, so I'm really grateful that we're here right now. So I encourage you to kind of piggyback on what Pamela was saying, that there is a web, a circuitry that goes around the earth, and the circuitry, I love the flower of life as well. So if we could just imagine ourselves as our piece within that, as individuals, and then opening up a space above us to what we call the great mystery, to the void, to the place where creation is. Everything that becomes manifest comes from this, and the way that it was taught to me. So opening up your crown chakra, allowing for the things that are from above to have a free, clear, flowing space. And then maybe feeling into your sits bones, if you're laying down, maybe into your sacrum, into your perineum, into doing a little movement to feel your pelvis. And if you had a space where you could go down to the center of the earth, if you had a way to see connecting in with that, maybe there's an anchor down there that's got your name on it. Maybe there's a bright star that you've known since the beginning of time. Whatever your visual is for you, finding yourself connected into the center of the earth. With each breath, we're going to see that from the web that surrounds the earth, and from above and from the earth, that we breathe into our heart, and on the out breath that is going back out to all of those destinations as well. And so I'm just going to encourage you to do deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Maybe the lines get a little stronger with every breath. And I'm going to sing a series of songs I'm hearing at this moment that I'm just going to announce which one before I start singing. Maybe it won't happen with everyone. We're just going to see how the spirit's guide and all that is that guides. This is a very old way for us. Vibration is the oldest way. Sound is the oldest way of healing. in ourselves when we speak, when we use our voice. It is our own signature in the universe, and it activates all of our cells. And so to us, this is a very old way and a very good way, and I'm glad that we're all doing it together today. So I'll start out with a direction song. This invites in the ancestors, and all that is to come join us in a good way for this prayer. This next one is a wake up song. As if your cells are looking at each other for the first time and going, oh, I remember. I remember. Oh. Grandmother song, lullaby song. This is in times of need, when you feel like you just need to be held, because that is true for all of us in all times. This is how we are together, and if we don't have human beings to do that, we can go to this song, we can go to our grandmothers, we can go to our ancestors, we can go to the earth. Oh, Nani, there are oh, Nani, there are no, Nani, there are no, Nani, there Grandfather's song. We're balancing the masculine and the feminine. As we call it, our emotions, we also need some action behind that. And so we ask the grandfathers to help us with that in the old divine masculine way, in the now divine masculine way, in the way that we're coming into the divine masculine, in gratitude for this. Eagle song. Our Nation song, inviting you to see your web getting a little bigger, connecting to all that is, that wants to love and support you in this moment.
And this used to be our last song, Helen, too. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to know. I'm ready to love. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to know. I'm ready to love. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready. Calling yourself back to yourself, seeing your place on the web again. Call the piece of you back into center. And the stars you see above you, and the stars in the center of the earth, and the stars in your heart, all becoming one again. Taking deep breaths in, bringing everything back to yourself, back into your sacred bubble. In protection, and love, and beauty, and growth. Thank you. Hachitulo, and so watch day. It's good. Hoka, it is now. Open up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tom and relations, the whole class. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's take a deep breath in for all we've received. Exhaling just our thanks. Good. Good, good, good. I don't want to conclude without talking about action, because we've received a lot of beautiful things, but they're just momentary and within us, and they don't have expression in the world unless we take action. So for every one of us, there is some action, some inspired action, not a should, not a would be nice, but something we're inspired to do. And I want you to connect with that now. It could be something very simple. It could be to reach out to someone who you know is struggling. It could be to create some kind of offering for your community to do online. It could be any number of things. But I'd just like you to connect with and see, what is mine to do? What am I inspired to do? It might just be that one of the speakers has demonstrated a way of being that you want to cultivate more for yourself. It could be anything at all, really, but what are you inspired to do? What can you leave with that will actually take action, take form in your life, that you can plant and it will grow, so that what you've received today is not stay here, but actually goes out into the world. And I can tell you my inspired action, which is coming to me right now, is I'm going to do things like this more. It's so good to come together in community and to co-create and to yeah, it's just such a good thing. So I want to give people opportunities to say what they're inspired to do. And you can put your inspired action in the chat, or if you would like to be heard from, you can raise your hand. And I also want to invite our speakers to at least share what their inspired actions. I didn't tell them in advance they were going to do this. I'm just asking them now. Thank you, dear Joy. If you would take yourself off mute, I'd love to hear.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Awesome. That was so great. I so support your inspired action. I'm enjoying playing with others in these interesting times. I have the White Peacock Academy, which is practical magic education for light workers with Muggle World challenges. And I haven't done anything with it for a long time. I downloaded it a couple of years ago, and but I got the whole concept, but had not any of the technical abilities. And this has been coming up and up and up for me to present now, especially as I'm looking around, all the schools are out, all the businesses are closed. People, I think, need education on real magic. It's like Hogwarts, but for real. It's the alchemy of fear into love. It's the how to create one's own reality. And because the tools work like magic, I created it to encourage everybody who's ever wanted to go to Hogwarts and empowering them in a real way. And so that's what's up for me now. Is I can't wait any longer for it to be, perfect. I just have to know the right people are arriving, and I'm going to start offering this in whatever way I can right now, as opposed to finding excuses not to. So that's what my inspired action is going to do. I'm committing right now to get off my bum and getting into it, and I will be providing White Peacock Academy somehow. Figuring it out today. If you've got any ideas or if you want to be involved, let me know. Text me, just send me a message to experiencejoy.com, find me on Facebook. Let's play. There we go.
Hey, Pamela. Hey, I just want to do a shout out to Helen. Helen, when you were doing the chanting for the grandmothers, I had so many tears rolling down my eyes. My mom's mom died when she was 11, so I never knew my grandmother. And I somehow, my grandmother was there with me, holding me, comforting me as a baby, even my own mother. They were both there, and it was just like so big in my heart. I just had the tears rolling down my eyes. And thank you for that. And my inspired action, what I want to do is I have a little video on YouTube that I'm going to release, and it'll be called how to use your thoughts for super strength during coronavirus anxiety. And it's a great way, a visual of showing you how, with muscle testing, how you get weak when you have attack thoughts about yourself, your body, or about anyone else, like anything else. So we have to stop the attack thoughts, and we want to stay strong, super strong. So that's my goal. Take the action into the world, get it out, let it go on YouTube. There you go.
So many of us have so many gifts, and I'm seeing in the chat that many people are saying things like, my inspired action is to offer my deep healing services, or things like that. Like, yeah, we have serious gifts and we've been holding back. Like, what for? Like, it's time. So thank you so much for that. I want to hear from you, Helen. I also want to just say a couple things that people are sharing on chat here too. Janice says, thank you to Helen for that beautiful meditation. I feel so lifted. Namaste. And Hani is saying, I'm going to embody all archetypes of masculine just as much as feminine, inspired by the surprising embodiment of evil. And she's also embodying more truth and strength and presence. And RK's, there's many more. I'll give Helen a chance, and we'll share some of the other ones. There's some really beautiful things people are sharing in the chat. Helen, go ahead. Yeah, unmute yourself.
My inspiration is to continue. There seems to be a lot of pauses. So I'm preparing for several rituals that happen every year. So I'll continue to work with my sacreds for my own healing and my own listening and my own practices. Sometimes I'm not so disciplined in that, and been hearing pretty strong that the practices will help, and I'm just a humble human being. So my service to others includes continuing to serve Kambo, which is a South American medicine which boosts the immune system and is incredible for anxiety and depression and all the things that maybe in the fear-based arena right now. It helps us to remember who we are. There's lots of other benefits as well. Feel free to reach out if you are interested. Also, table sessions. And I think I'm going to get on media a little more. I've been hearing that for a while, but I'm not one who does that too much. So maybe I'm going to start exploring making offerings on a regular basis so that people might be able to tap into that in their home base since we're not moving around very much. Also, I've been hearing that I do a lot of traveling to offer, and so that's still available, even though there may be some whatevers in the field around that. So I am available for travel as well. So yeah, I'm Laughing Helen. You can find me if you just put in Laughing Helen. You can find things. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. So beautiful, Laughing Helen. I'm just going to share a few things from seeing from the chat so everybody can presence them. RK, I will practice calming myself more often, especially during these times, practicing the methods learned here today. Also offering to pass them on to any who ask or show interest, including reference to you, kind teachers. Mark says, I'm going to do the SDUF and encourage people to turn away from media freakouts and panic and adjust focused on each other and checking in with each other. Some of my friends and I are starting a virtual happy hour as a way to overcome isolation and make sure we all have what we need. And also reaching out to find more others, to find more ways to connect. Ilana says, inspired action to offer deep healing to my tribe, the gift that I'm hiding. No more. Fantastic. Bianca, I'm truly inspired to connect to spirit and allow the voice and message to come clearly so I can fully heal myself and others. And Dana's putting the contact information for people in there. Michelle is to lead and facilitate, stop preparing endlessly, develop virtual classes for people in my community or beyond, care for caregivers with intuitive dance, expression, painting, overall support, rekindle my hands-on healing. Kathleen, I'm so very grateful for everyone's precious time. This has been inspiring and transformational, filled with gratitude. Thank you. I do hope there are more of these moments to fill myself so I may hopefully fill others. Much love, Paul. I love balancing the male and female energies. I felt a great inner blending and imagined nice soft flashes of light, images of integration. Thanks, Helen. Thank to all you ladies. A very nice afternoon. Helpful. Kara, dive deeper inside and help others with everything I learned and received. So there's so much more. And I just encourage you all, don't leave without creating an inspired action for yourself, because this is how you bring this out into your life instead of just having it stay here in the Zoom room. And I want to thank you all so much for being here. Kalai has something else. Go ahead. You can take yourself. Oh, there, you're off on mute. Go ahead. Oh, now you just muted again. There you are.
Okay, I just want to say quickly, it occurred to me that when I was talking about, I don't want anyone to think that because I was talking about turning our thoughts in different directions and having different feelings, that we should ever suppress those feelings. Now is a good time. When you need to have a good cry, have a good cry, you know, do it. Support yourself, embrace your feelings. Our subconscious communicates with us through our emotions. Be good to yourself with your emotions, because there are a lot of them going on right now. And yeah, I too just want to get out there a little bit more. I'm at spiritofawahu.com, but I'm just pleased to have been here today and been with all of you. It's just been an amazing time. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see Dana, my assistant, is saying a group of us are going to do a dog walk, social distancing in our neighborhood into the beautiful wilderness. And Lynn is saying, I'm deeply grateful to you beautiful women for your inspired offerings. I find myself cleansing some hidden fears in preparation for my next steps. Mahalo, mahalo for your wisdom and love. And Chris says, thank you all so much. Deeply touched and inspired. Feel so blessed to join the call. Really amazing. Thank you, thank you. All the gifts we've received, may we pass on our own versions of those. Let them not just stay with us, because at this time of need, we all are needed to step up. So thank you for receiving, and thank you for giving. Receiving more, giving more. It goes together. Bless you all. Bless you, bless you, bless you. So grateful you are here with us. Let's take this out into the world. Let's make the difference we're here for. We're going to come together more. I'm going to do more of these calls to support you to do the beautiful things you're here to do, and to step up because the world needs you in this time of change. Okay. And I just want to now at this end, if people have something they'd like to say, you can raise your hand. The way you raise your hand, Dana, you can tell me how people raise their hands. So officially the call is now over, but if people have questions or things they want to share, I want to let you, I'll stay on the line, and anybody else who wants to stay on the line can. But I just want to give space to anybody who has anything else they would like to say or questions they would like to ask. And Krita says, thank you for reminding me. I chose to be here at this time. This is working for me rather than against me. Yeah, it's true. And thank you for the gratitude people are saying for organizing this. It feels like we're complete, actually. So I'm just going to, people are still pouring in comments of appreciation, which we really appreciate. But I just want to take a moment to just feel how we're all connected. We really are heart to heart. And just so grateful for this community, for this moment, for this tribe of healers, awakeners, connectors, empowerers, uplifters. That's who we are. And we're going to need to come together more and more to support each other and to uplift each other and to step out, because that's what's needed. Okay, and with that, I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going to end the meeting and then save the recording. So have a blessed rest of your day, and goodbye for now.
Mm-mm.